Hi, welcome to Jurisedge Academy's YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the right strategy for cracking CLAT PG in 45 days. Now the CLAT PG 2023 is only months away. There are less than 60 days for preparing and appearing for this exam. It's important to understand the pattern of the exam and the requirements of this exam to be able to crack it effectively. So in this video, we are going to talk about some of the important sources that you can refer to and also how to, in general, prepare for a very competitive exam like CLAT PG in the remaining 45 days. So let's start this video. Before we move on further to discuss each point elaborately, you should know what are the focus points of this exam. So any exam, any competitive exam particularly, has its own requirements. One strategy for one exam will not be suitable for another exam, and this is why it is important to first look at the syllabus given on CLAT PG's website and to also see previous year papers to understand the kind of questions that they are testing. After that analysis, you will see that there are 4 things that you need to focus on. First is the basic concepts, that is your Bare Act and other commentary with respect to important subjects that are frequently tested in the exam. Second is focusing on the recent important case laws. CLAT PG has also recently added the importance of case laws as well, and they do test extensively on case laws or on concepts related to case laws. So it is important to focus on them, but unnecessary focus on the quantity of cases is not required. Only important case laws from every subject have to be taken into account for. Third is mock tests on the latest pattern of CLAT PG exam. Now for cracking any competitive exam, if you have the help of mock tests, it really helps you in getting into that frame of mind to get you accustomed to the pattern of that exam. So if you do have access to any mock tests on the latest pattern, then you can definitely focus on them periodically to test where you stand in that particular preparation. Last is constant revision. Now this is also something which is a key to crack any competitive exam, that is revising whatever you have read constantly so as to make sure that you actually do remember all of that on the day of the exam. Now before we move further to discuss each point elaborately, it is important to understand 2 tips. First is keep it simple. Do not focus on too many resources, do not focus on too many strategy videos, and keep it simple. Come up with a plan for yourself. So the second thing will be having a plan for yourself, taking into account your time constraints, taking into account which subjects you are familiar with and are comfortable in, and then coming up with a schedule for yourself to effectively cover every possible area. So with this, we'll start with the first topic, that is how to cover basic concepts. If you have looked at the syllabus for CLAT PG, you would have seen that there are over 13 subjects in CLAT PG that they test. Now, of course, all of them are not equally important, and neither is it possible to cover all of them. So this is why it is advisable that subjects which are extensive and which are not very frequently tested, such as Transfer of Property Act or Labor Law or Taxation, these subjects can either be skipped or read in very brief. But for the remaining subjects, your sources should be very limited. The first and the most important source is the Bare Act. The second source is any one LLM guide, because there will be a few landmark cases, a few other concepts relating to that area that you'll be reading, which will not be given in the Bare Act. So relying on any one standard LLM guide may help you, because it is particularly made for LLM entrance exams. So do not rely on commentaries. It would be suggested that LLM guides be referred to for preparing for CLAT PG examination. Now coming to the timeline, you should not be devoting more than 20 to 25 days for your basics at this stage. Considering that you only have 45 days left for the exam, only 20 to 25 days should be dedicated for covering your basics. Now coming to the second phase of preparation, that is case laws. Now some candidates do put unnecessary focus on case laws, which may not be the right strategy, but of course you have to be aware of what the recent case laws are. So you can rely on any of the yearly or monthly compilations which are available online. There are a few good websites that do provide that, and we also have made previous videos in which we have discussed monthly cases starting from January 2022. So you can find these sources and take a day out and make your own case list of the important cases that you are going to cover. So this also should not ideally take more than 10 to 15 days in which you will be covering the cases. There is no need to go through the whole judgments. You can rely on good websites which do provide you readily made summary as well. Now coming to mock tests. If you have subscribed to a mock series, that is great. But if you feel that you do not have the time or the financial capacity to subscribe to any of the online mock test series, you can still practice questions on your own. You can just buy an LLM guide and you can have previous year question papers. So you can keep on practicing the previous year papers of LLM entrance exams. In LLM guides also there are subject-wise MCQs that you can practice. So the idea is to practice as many questions as possible from wherever you can get. Ideally, if you can subscribe to a mock test series, that is great. But if not, you can still rely on other sources to practice questions on areas of law that form part of the syllabus for CLAT PG examination. So ideally, one full-length mock should be taken at least every week. Now coming to the last phase of preparation, that is revision. Revision is the key to success. Sources are again the same. You need to revise your Bare Act frequently. If you have made your own notes, you can revise them, or if you have highlighted your LLM guide, that is also a good source of revision. Again, keep it simple. Do not expand your sources for revision. Stick to what you have relied on in your first reading. Last 1 week should be solely devoted for revision, not only of the basics but also of the case laws. So with this, you can definitely crack CLAT PG exam in 45 days. And wishing you all the best. If you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.